Welcome to BioLearn, where you will learn biology at your own pace. This time, we will do a practice of solving a monohybrid process. Let's start with the first question. Hornless or capital H in cattle is dominant over horn or small h. A homozygous hornless bull is mated with a homozygous horned cow. What is the genotypic and phenotypic ratio of the first generation? So let's start by finding the dominant allele. Okay, so the dominant allele must be, that's capital H or hornless. Our recessive allele is horn or small h. What do you think is the genotype of parent one? It says there homozygous hornless. So that must be homozygous dominant. Okay? And then it mated with a homozygous horned cow. So that must be homozygous recessive genotype for parent 2. Now let's do the Punnett square here. There. All right. What is the genotypic and phenotypic ratio of the first generation? For the genotypic ratio, that must be 1:0 or 4 heterozygous H. And for the phenotypic ratio, that's also 1:0. It means because you have here 4 hornless. So that's 100% hornless. Okay, so that's for number 1. Number 2, in humans, being a tongue roller is dominant over non-roller. A man who is a non-roller marries a woman who is heterozygous for tongue rolling. What is the percent chance of having a tongue roller child? Again, what is the dominant allele? That's the tongue roller or capital R. Recessive allele. Non-tongue roller or small r. What's the genotype of parent 1? Let's say the parent 1 is the man who is a non-roller. So if it's a non-roller, that's homozygous recessive. And parent 2, let's say that's the woman that is heterozygous for tongue rolling. Therefore, we can say that that is heterozygous. Now let's perform the Punnett square. So yeah, you already know this. So what is the percent chance of having a tongue roller child? Let's identify first the genotypic ratio, and that is 2:2 or 1:1, right? So you have 50% of that is heterozygous, 50% homozygous recessive. And the phenotypic ratio is also 1:1 because you have 2 tongue roller and 2 non-tongue roller. And let's go back to the question. What is the percent chance of having a tongue roller child? Okay, so that must be 50%, okay? Because as you can see, 50% chance of having a tongue roller and 50% chance of having a non-tongue roller. Okay, so if you got that correctly, very good. Let's proceed. Third, brown eyes in humans are dominant to blue eyes. A brown-eyed man whose mother was blue-eyed marries a brown-eyed woman whose father had blue eyes. What is the probability that this couple will have a blue-eyed child? Okay, let's start with the dominant allele. Okay, so that's brown or capital letter B. Let's say the recessive allele is blue, represented by small letter B. Next, genotype of parent 1. Let's say that's the brown-eyed man whose mother was blue-eyed. So we can say that's heterozygous because if that man or the mother of that man has a like blue eyes, then for sure the genotype of his parent is small b or homozygous recessive. So the child will surely receive um, a recessive allele from his mother. Okay. Next, he marries a brown-eyed woman whose father had blue eyes. It's just the same case, so that's also heterozygous. Okay. And let's go back. So this is your Punnett square. And then, yeah, you do the combination. And your genotypic ratio must be 1:2:1. That's 1 homozygous dominant, 2 heterozygous, 1 homozygous recessive. What is the phenotypic ratio? That's 3:1. 3 brown, 1 blue. And let's go back to the question. What is the probability that this couple will have a blue eyed child. Okay, so kasi that's 3:1 eh. It means 25% is the probability that their child is a blue-eyed child. Okay? Number 4, a pea plant that is pure for purple flowers mates with a pea plant that has white flowers. One of their offspring self-fertilizes and produces 100 offspring. How many would you predict turn out to have purple flowers and how many would you predict turn out to have white flowers? Okay, so let's start muna with the dominant allele. Okay, so we can say that the dominant allele is capital T or purple and the recessive allele must be white. And then what's the genotype of parent one? It says there, a pea plant that is pure for purple flowers. So that must be homozygous dominant P. And the parent 2 is a pea plant that has white flowers. That's homozygous recessive P. And then it says there, one of their offspring self-fertilizes and produces 100 offspring. So let's first do a Punnett square for the parents. No? So you have here the homozygous dominant and homozygous recessive parents. And when you do the Punnett square, you will get a genotypic ratio of 1:0 because the genotypes are 100% heterozygous. And for the phenotypic ratio, that's 1:0, no? Because you have 4 offsprings with purple flowers. Now, it says there, one of their offspring self-fertilizes. So one of their offspring, all of their offsprings here are heterozygous and purple phenotype. So it says there, one of their offspring self-fertilizes. Therefore, we can say that the parent one is heterozygous as well as the parent two. So this is the Punnett square. And then if we're going to cross that, this is what you'll get. The genotypic ratio, that's 1:2:1, and the phenotypic ratio is 3:1. Okay? It says there that the one of their offspring produced 100 offspring. So if the phenotypic ratio is 3:1, then how many will become purple flowers and how many will have white flowers? So we can say there that 3 plus 1 is equal to 4. 100 divided by 4, that's 25. It means that at 25, you're now going to multiply 25 to the ratio. So that's 25 times 3 for you to identify the number of the purple flowers. That's 75. And that's 25 times 1 to identify the number of white flowers. That's 25 white flowers. And that's equal to 100. Or simply, it's simple to understand it this way. When you say 3:1, it means that 3, 75%, 1, 25%. Or 75% purple, 25% white. Now, if you have 100 offspring, what's the 75% of 100? That's 75, and that is going to have purple flowers. And what's the 25% of 100? That's 25, and that's going to have white flowers. Yeah, 75 pea plants will have purple flowers and 25 pea plants will have white flowers. That's all for this practice exercise. You may now work on the problem sets provided to you. Good luck.